And today I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect risotto. Before we even get started, let's talk about the keys to making the perfect pressure cooker risotto. And since there is no evaporation in the pressure cooker, the ratios of the grain to liquid, the rice grain to the stock, are really important. For arborio rice, the ratio is 1 cup rice to 2 cups stock, and you will always get perfect risotto. And if you don't have a measuring cup, it could be 2 anything to 1 anything. So 1 mug of rice, 2 mugs of stock. 1 glass of rice, 1 glass of stock. As long as you stick to this ratio, it will come out perfect. So I have measuring cups, so that's what I'm going to use. And this is also my trick. I'm a very messy cook. This is my trick to keep arborio rice from going all over the kitchen. I actually put the measuring cup in the bowl. I'm doing double recipe today, so I'm doing 2 cups of arborio rice to 4 cups stock. Okay. The next step to a perfect pressure cooker risotto is a preheated pressure cooker. Now I put that a lot in my recipes online, and I've gotten a lot of questions. What do you mean preheat a pressure cooker? What it means is turn on the flame and heat the base until it's just almost too hot to touch. Now today I'm making the risotto in my pressure brazier. It's a low-wide pressure cooker, but you can also make it in a stockpot type cooker. This recipe works equally well. I'm just doing it in this one so it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, our pressure cooker is preheated. It's almost too hot for me to touch, so now I'm just going to add the olive oil. Adding a pat of butter as well. You want to get these melted. And the next thing you want to add is onion. Scrape anything off your cutting board. Do it with the back part of the knife. And if you hear this sound, that means your pressure cooker is preheated. When I get the onion softened, that's another key step, because if the onion is in the pressure cooker, you put raw onion in, you get raw onion out. The flavor will be completely preserved, the crunchiness, everything after it's been under pressure. Okay, once the onion is softened, what we do now is add the rice. At first the rice is going to turn transparent. Slightly transparent from the wetness of the onions and also the oil and the butter. You want to get a good coating. The edges of the rice turning transparent, and that's what we want. A little bit of transparent rice grain. And when it's toasted, it's not like toast. When we toast the rice for risotto, you'd imagine brown toast. That's not it at all. What's going to happen is the rice is going to turn white again. It's going to dry up and it's going to turn white again. So when it turns white again, it's toasted. It's not going to turn brown. And then we can continue with the recipe. Kernels have turned white again. Hopefully you can see this. And that means we can continue with the recipe. The next step is to add wine. You want to evaporate the wine completely. You put in raw wine and start pressure cooking, you get raw wine at the end. So what you want to do is stir the risotto until all of the wine has completely evaporated. Now we add the stock. Get all the little stray rice kernels off the edges of the pressure cooker. And you put on the lid. Now that the lid is on, you want to turn up the heat to maximum. And once the cooker has come to pressure, we turn it down and start timing our recipes. Our 7 minutes are up, and now we're going to open our pressure cooker. Turn off the heat. Okay. Always tilt the lid away from you when opening a pressure cooker, because there's a lot of steam still in there. Woo. It's going to look a little bit liquid, that's okay, we just need to stir it up. We're going to add another small pat of butter. I put on the spoon so I wouldn't forget. If you look at this, yeah, it's perfect. And about a tablespoon of grated Parmigiano Reggiano, Grana Padano, or Pecorino Romano, whichever you prefer. About a tablespoon of that. Mix it in. Now you get to look at it. Let's see. You can see how creamy it is. And the grains are not burst open. You know it's perfectly cooked because the grains are not burst open. It's perfectly creamy. It's just grains suspended in the starch of the rice. Okay. Put a little more cheese because it's that good. And here you go. Perfect pressure cooker risotto.